Juko.
Yo.
Wachiko. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model, PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
In all these years, we emphasize two words, wealth and jobs, and we try to waken our people up to show them where wealth and jobs come from.
The Parish Development Model, PDM, is a bold initiative that is reshaping Uganda's rural economy. By allocating 100 million shillings to each parish annually, PDM empowers households by unlocking opportunities for wealth creation.
This program will be maintained. Each year we send 100 million for the parish. If you get the 1 million, you can buy some goats, you can buy some pigs, you can buy even young cows.
Farmers are transitioning from subsistence farming to commercial agriculture, laying the groundwork for wealth creation and improved livelihoods.
This project started 11 years ago after an inspiration from His Excellency. And that time I was working as a taxi driver. I was doing that Massa business in Soroti, and he was talking about how to improve household income.
With the PDM, you bring back the money after 24 months, but in the third year, you would get another 100 million paid back by those who got first.
The President's message is a mindset changer. Becoming rich does not mean you should have a lot of land, you should have a lot of education, you just need a vision and implement and start from where you are.
So therefore, this PDM is to get all of you out of poverty. That's why we said 100 million per parish per year.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance.
In all these years, we emphasize two words, wealth and jobs, and we try to waken our people up to show them where wealth and jobs come from.
Enteekateeka ya gavumenti ey'okuyamba abantu baayo Miruka oba giyite Parish Development Model nteekateeka yagunjibwawo okukyusa ebyenfuna bya bannayuganda ku byalo ng'obukadde 100 bwe buweebwa buli muluka buli mwaka era nga kiyambyeko amaka ag'enjawulo okuggulawo emikisa egy'okugaggawala.
This program will be maintained. Each year we send 100 million for the parish. If you get the 1 million, you can buy some goats, you can buy some pigs, you can buy even young cows.
Abalimi bakyusizza okuva mu nnima ey'okulima emmere ey'okulya ne badda mu kulima emmere ey'okutunda bafune ensimbi ekiyambye abawerako okukyusa obulamu bwabwe.
Projekiti eno yatandika emyaka 11 egiyise nga Pulezidenti Museveni ye yampa amaanyi okutandika. Mu budde obwo nali nvuga takisi Soroti ne mpulira Pulezidenti Museveni ng'ayogera ku ngeri y'okwongera ku nnyingiza mu maka.
And he was talking about how to improve household income.
With the PDM, you bring back the money after 24 months, but in the third year, you would get another.
Obubaka bwa Pulezidenti Museveni bukyusa endowooza. Okugaggawala tekitegeeza kubeera na ttaka ddene nnyo oba nti wasoma nnyo. Weetaaga okuba ng'olengerera wala n'ossa mu nkola era n'otandikirawo.
So therefore, this PDM is to get all of you out of poverty. That's why we said 100 million per parish per year.
Obubaka buno bukutuusibwako Ministry ya Teknologiya n'okulungamya eggwanga.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Good morning and thank you very much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to the Extra, which is an extension of Good Morning Uganda. Pardon me, I was about to say the agenda, still having a look up there, but it is an extension of Good Morning Uganda. And I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonyi Ntono. Now this morning I'm going to be discussing something very important, and that is issues regarding mental health. And I'll be discussing the 4th KETURAH Mental Health Awards. Now, when we talk about mental health, this is something that many people think it's far from them. But reality is mental health is just a disease like any disease. Although there are other factors, and of late when we talk about the youth, that are risky and likely render them to mental health. But mental health is a disease, and anybody can potentially wake up or progressively end up into mental illness. Stages are different, forms are different. One time we had a research that was conducted that scared us, talking about how many a percentage of Ugandans. So, but I'm not the expert and the person to discuss this. I have a guest with me who will be responding to many of these, and this is Angela Nsimbi, who is the mental health activist and team lead at the Heart to Heart Chat mental health program. Good morning, Angela. Good to have you.
Good to have you too. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning.
I'm so happy to be here. Yeah.
Now, to begin with, I see words here: mental health activist,
yes,
and team lead of Heart to Heart Chat,
yes,
mental health program. What is this?
Okay, what is that about? Okay, the Heart to Heart program, the Heart to Heart Chat mental health program, it's a space which started as a support group. We started as a support group, people with lived experience in line with mental health challenges. So we came together, and this was our space of being safe and sharing our coping mechanisms, how we cope and how we can live purposefully. So that's how it started in the beginning. And then, so when we say mental health activist, why I call myself that is because I'm in this space and I do advocacy for people who have psychosocial disabilities. And what are those? These are disabilities which come because, you know, the stigma that comes with the mental health challenge. When you have a mental health challenge, you are discriminated against. I mean, very few people want to give you space to express yourself and also to be the best that God called you to be. So when that happens, you need people who rise up and talk and say, no, this has to, no, it has to stop. And we need to treat people with dignity. Even when people are in care, it is important to treat people with dignity. So this is a platform that I use with a team, and we use it with different people in different parts of the country. We even connect on WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp group. We connect virtually. We have webinars and discuss mental health matters. But above all, the aim is to make sure that whoever is struggling, at the end of the day, they have a life of purpose, because that is part of my experience.
Okay, now this brings me to ask you, where do you draw the passion from?
That's a question many people ask me about.
Because mental health is something that really doesn't attract so much, I would say.
That is true. So now, where do I get the passion from? I have a lived experience, what you would call a psychiatric survivor. That's who I am. I was diagnosed with bipolar affective disorder in 2008, tending to 2009. The diagnosis was really made in 2009. So now, how I developed the passion, I got to a place where I noticed there was too much silence around the subject. And the stigma was intense, the discrimination is intense. No one wants to talk about it. It's like it happens, let's keep it there. We don't want to talk. Yes, and then I realized we need space where we talk about these issues. We need space also where we can get help. You know, that is very important. And just because you've ever had a diagnosis, it doesn't mean that's the end of you. Because here I am, I'm a testimony of somebody who has had that diagnosis, but here I am. I'm trying to do my best to create impact in community.
Now, that is something very hard.
It's very hard.
If I went through that, unless I'm dead, I wouldn't publicly come up and say that. Now, what gives you the courage?
Okay, what gives me the
courage? Because you see, this is something that we've termed, allow me use what they use for the benefit of fighting stigma. Kirabo, towatu yagenda kebutabika. Anaito tukoyo yavaako ko. Zijira ne zibula. Terigona. There is so much. So I'm seeing this lady coming out and saying, despite that, I will let the world know and create a better space. Yeah. A better world.
Okay. So you're saying, why did I get the boldness and the courage?
Why did you get the boldness? You're now on national TV.
Yes. This is the first time I've shared about it though. But why I get the courage to do what I do is because I know when we talk, the people coming after us will be treated better. When we talk, then we break the stigma. We reduce that discrimination, and you can see the challenge of our young people. Our young people are struggling, and globally, you know, according to World Health Organization, globally over 700,000 people die to suicide, and that is ages between 15 years and 29 years. Now, that is something we can't afford to keep quiet about. So when you see the intensity of mental health challenges globally, and they are saying, and I'm quoting World Health Organization, that every 40 seconds, there's somebody dying to suicide. And Uganda, we are at least among the first 10 or losing lives to suicide. So the reason why I became bold, I will also be honest, I'm a woman of faith, so it helps me to have the courage. So I knew that I have to share first the challenges and also show the world that you can still get your life back and probably even better than you were before. So it is all about creating positive change in community. Yes.
I love the fact that now we have activists. If you're there, please, you will overcome. And there is a better life. We have examples here in studios, so you will overcome. Don't lose hope. Stick to your medication. Have hope. Have faith. You'll overcome. Now, let's go to the main reason why you're here this morning.
Okay.
And that is the 4th KETURAH Mental Health Awards.
Yes.
On the theme, Further Efforts and Mental Health. Now, tell us about this.
The theme in particular? Okay, let me maybe give you a brief about the KETURAH Mental Health Awards. The KETURAH Mental Health Awards are a program that got birthed out of a book I wrote, my first book, which is called Breaking Free. It is a documentation of my bipolar recovery journey. That is the background. Because after selling your book, then what? A program had to be birthed so that it impacts community. So this is a collaborative effort we do with the Ministry of Health. We do with partners like Vision Group and UBC, who has given us the opportunity to be here, and different partners, stakeholders. So what we do is we involve the public to choose their nominees of every year, different years, who are impacting in the mental health space, transforming lives in community. So when that is done, that's how we celebrate the winners at the KETURAH Mental Health Awards. So this particular year, the theme is further effect on mental health. So why that? We have noticed that many men are struggling. And our socialization, whether you're an African or you're not an African, you as men are raised to say that you don't need help.
All is well.
You have to mirror your problems.
Tell the world,
but
I'm
the
okay.
problem
all is well.
Yes, but the problem is
yet inside you're burning. Here you're
and when
people,
the man is burning, he will damage the people around him.
He's here telling people, tell the world, I'm okay. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Tell the world, but the tears, the situation is showing you're not okay.
And many men, when they are not okay, they become aggressive. They are violent, they are irritable, and when they are not okay, some of them resort to abusing substance. Then others will resort to sexual addiction, you know, and many people say, all men are like that, but there is a problem. Has that person always been like that? So he's trying to look for acceptance. He's trying to look for some kind of comfort, you know? So the reason why it is further effect on mental health, we want more men to be involved in this campaign. We want men to champion this, because when a man is at the forefront, it is very easy for people also to take a notice and say, yeah, this is a good thing. So we need more men. The families are struggling. AfriChild and Makerere University did a research, and they found out there were only 5% of the men who are present for their children and who are actually emotionally, everything, you know, emotionally and financially. 40% of those men didn't even know they had children. So what do you think that does to the mental health?
Didn't know they had children?
Yes, they even didn't know.
What was that research?
It was done by Makerere University and AfriChild.
That you have a man who doesn't know.
And so all of us.
And we are about 40% of us.
Yeah, who
of
do
the
not
population,
know.
and they don't know they have even children.
Exactly. So
well, that's not the topic of the day, but you give me a copy of that research, I'll be very interested to let the world know how irresponsible men have become, because how dare you not know you have a child? At least you may say you're an absentee father, but you're knowledgeable that you have a child. Now, getting back to the words. First, the word KETURAH. That sounds like Hebrew or something like that. Why choose KETURAH?
Okay, that name KETURAH, it's, let me first talk about the origin. The origin, it's a Hebrew name, and that Hebrew name means incense. It means fragrance. And why the choice of such a name, even before I talk about the personal side of it from my side, it's because we are trying to bring a new fragrance to the mental health awareness campaign. So that, I mean, let there be a sweet perfume, so that people don't look at the matter and say, that one we throw here. That one, even when it comes to the table of decision, we don't bother giving them budgets, you know. It is about time we raise up and change our attitude. So that's the reason why it is KETURAH. But for personal reasons now from my side, on my journey of recovery, my big sister called KETURAH Kamgasa, she treated me, she supported me. I think I should say more of the moral and psychosocial support, she was there. This is somebody who could understand when I'm struggling. She understood when things were not okay. She was there for me all the way. And she was a journalist in Vision Group who passed away in 2017. Some people know her more for Fashion Police. She was a fashion writer, but also a woman who was very passionate about women and girls. She was passionate about fighting injustice. Yeah, so because of who she was to me, I felt what better way to honor her memory than celebrate the mental health awards by calling them KETURAH Mental Health Awards. So that is the background.
Okay. Now, having known the background, these awards, you said the public selects.
Yes, they do. How we do it, we send a link with the categories of the people they should select. We have, I'll give a few of those. There's Grassroots Impact Mental Health Award. There's Leadership Through Lived Experience Mental Health Award, because that one I want to emphasize it more, because this is something we use as a vehicle of creating hope. Because whoever wins that category, somebody who has ever suffered a mental health breakdown, mental issue, and that person must be impacting in community. You know, you don't just get an issue and then you sit back and sleep. No. We want people who have gone through the fire and are using their testimony to impact society for good. Yes. So then the grassroots impact mental health, those are people who are doing the work, the foot soldiers at the grassroots. There is then the Youth Impact Mental Health Awards. These are young people, in their simple way, they are also doing their part to create that awareness among their peers. So this year we have 10 categories.
Okay.
So that's how the public gets involved. And then of course, when it comes to choosing the winners, we have a beautiful team, a panel of judges, and I have to acknowledge them. They are really doing this free of charge. They are volunteers. One of them is the president of UCA, that is Uganda Counseling Association. The other one, he's a director at Makerere University, Counseling and Guidance. So he's a counseling psychologist. So we are using people who are well-read and who are experienced. And on that team, we always include somebody with a lived experience. That one is like a given. Their slot is always there. Yeah, because most times people don't give us opportunity to be at the table of decision. So this is one of those ways we are saying, here we are, and we want to make a difference.
Okay.
And we are celebrating those making a difference.
Celebrating those making a difference. Now, mental health, not so much priority has been given to mental health on the African continent. I don't know Europe. That is why even when these people are being taken, it hurts me, I must say, when you report a mental case and it's a police pickup patrol that is taking this person to Tabika Hospital. It hurts me because this person is sick. They need treatment. It also hurts me when we see so many young men now and women, because of drugs, ending up with this situation. I don't want to call it a disease. Allow me to call it a situation, because I believe most mental challenges, once given the right treatment, people recover and recover completely. Stop that thinking that once mentally sick, always that person have those challenges. Just like it's a situation that goes away once addressed very well. Now, when we talk about these awards, you've told us how you get the winners. Who is attending? Because we must know, who are we expected to find? What coverage of people are you looking at? You know, I can go to Butabika and tell colleagues, these are awards for you. You know, get a van, ask for a few that can come, find out, anemba kuyira.
No mandate.
The award is up.
As long as you made over web made.
Because why, if we are not part, then it is not ours. So I bring you 30 with good number, put them in a hole wherever you're going to be, and tell them, pay attention. These are people who have worked so hard for our rights, and they are receiving awards today.
Okay. So now the thing is, the people who will be there. First of all, it's our guest of honor is Honorable Justice Mike Chibita, Justice of the Supreme Court, and we are very honored that he accepted to be part of this. But also the choice of having him, he's a man who is very passionate about mental health matters. Yeah. There, behind closed doors, he might not say too much, but he supports. I was going to tell you, I know nothing. He supports people. He has also supported us along the way. He supports people a lot, and when he's ready, I think he will share. That is news for him to share, but he's also an author. So he's a passionate man when it comes to mental health matters. That is the reason why he's the guest of honor. Now, the kind of people who are going to be there, there will be a variety of people. There's going to be even ordinary people. We are not just looking at people with titles. Yes, there are going to be somebody, your everyday girl, maybe some university children. There's going to be your everyday person, an auntie, a mother. There's going to be a father, you see? And then we are looking forward to having some government officials from the Ministry of Health. Yes, and some other stakeholders in the mental health space. So that is the kind of audience that will be there. And of course, when you talk about people like who are in the hospital coming, I mean, as long as they are in that state that they can handle the being around other people, I don't think it is a problem. And as long as Robert Chirabo is footing their bill for their food, super. They'll be there.
Now there, I'll need someone to sponsor.
You need someone to sponsor.
Because I want them to go back and tell the rest.
No worries. If someone is going to sponsor, we are ready to receive that sponsor.
Now you've talked about someone is ready to sponsor. Is a tendency, what does it take for me to be part of this noble cause?
Okay, to be part of this noble cause, people are going to have to pay to come, and that is 200,000 a ticket. And their numbers, we have a merchant code, which we are using. Now, I don't know it by heart. Yes, but we have a merchant
You just give maybe a website or something like that where people go to, and I believe it's there.
People can check us out on X, and it is at My Story. No, it's at My Journey.
At My Journey.
Yeah, it is at M My Journey.
At M, then My Journey.
Yes, so they can check us out from there. Yes, people can send money. Of course, the other number which we are also using is a mobile number, although I had preferred to give them the merchant code. But the mobile number is 0752 649942. And we are looking forward to having people as they come. And like I said, people who can't afford to pay, definitely we also wouldn't mind to have a sponsor. It's never too late because the event is Friday. So even people who are willing, would love to support such a cause, we are open to receive that donation.
So that is Friday, venue, time?
The venue is going to be Africana Hotel, time 4 to 9 p.m. Yeah, and we want to talk, we want to eat, we want to have fun and celebrate people. Yeah.
Indeed, celebrate people. Now allow me go for a break. I'll return shortly. Thank you.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here, in the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking, to the taste of food that takes you on a journey, in the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth, in the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
In all these years, we emphasize 2 words, wealth and jobs, and we try to waken our people up to show them where wealth and jobs come from.
Enteekateeka ya gavumenti ey'okuyamba abantu baayo Miruka oba giyite Parish Development Model nteekateeka yagunjibwawo kukyusa ebyenfuna bya bannayuganda ku byalo ng'obukadde 100 bwe buweebwa buli muluka buli mwaka era nga kiyambyeko amaka ag'enjawulo okuggulawo emikisa egy'okugaggawala.
This program will be maintained. Each year we send 100 million for the parish. If you get the 1 million, You can buy some goats, you can buy some pigs, you can buy even young cows.
Abalimi bakyusizza okuva mu nnima ey'okulima emmere ey'okulya ne badda mu kulima emmere ey'okutunda bafune ensimbi ekiyambye abawerako okukyusa obulamu bwabwe.
Pulojekiti eno yatandika emyaka 11 egiyise nga Pulezidenti Museveni ye yampa amaanyi okutandika. Mu budde obwo nali nvuga takisi Soroti ne mpulira Pulezidenti Museveni ng'ayogera ku ngeri y'okwongera ku nnyingiza mu maka.
And he was talking about how to improve household income.
With the PDM, you bring back the money after 24 months. But in the third year, you would get another 100 million paid back by those who got first.
Obubaka bwa Pulezidenti Museveni bukyusa endowooza. Okugaggawala tekitegeeza kubeera na ttaka ddene nnyo oba nti wasoma nnyo. Weetaaga okuba ng'olengerera wala n'ossa mu nkola era n'otandikirawo.
So therefore, this PDM is to get all of you out of poverty. That's why we said 100 million per parish per year.
Obubaka buno bukutuusibwako Ministry ya Teknologiya n'okulungamya eggwanga.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. We are still discussing the KETURAH Mental Health Awards on the theme Father Effects and Mental Health. That is going to be happening on the 10th of October, and that is from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. now at Africana. What is very important is how do we continue blowing the trumpets loud to create awareness regarding mental health? How do we involve the men, who many of them, unless it has come to the worst, we don't accept, we don't agree, we don't understand. We keep on saying, you find a fellow man struggling and you think there are signs of mental health, and all you can say, guma bye bizibasajja betusanga mu nsi. You know, be strong. I don't know who condemned us men that we do not break down. Because me, I believe in the Bible. And I want to give you a challenge. Go and look for the shortest verse in the Bible. I don't know if you know it.
Jesus wept.
That is it. That's the shortest verse in the Bible. Our Lord Jesus Christ, the man above all men, I must say. You know, he broke down, he cried, he got emotional. He was at the peak, and tears rolled down. So sometimes, men, it's okay to go for that medical checkup. It's okay to seek counseling. It's okay to visit a psychiatrist. If things are not moving on very well, it's okay to walk away. Don't have to break your back simply because you grew up being told when you fall down, omusajja takaaba, teweeyisanga mukazi. There are times when you must accept that you're human, you're putting on fresh. If Jesus did weep, who are you then when hard times come to think you can make it alone? Now, coming back to you, Angela,
okay.
What has been your experience with the men regarding mental health?
When it comes to mental health, especially when it comes to the men, I've noticed, because I've been also following closely, this year specifically, I've been following the conversations on men's mental health. And many men, the way they prefer to put the words help, they don't want the word help, they want you to say support. You understand? They don't want to be shown as vulnerable and weak, but they also want to be in a space where they can share and not be judged. You understand? And lately, especially this year, I've been invited to marriage fellowships. And it is the men who are at the forefront asking question after question. And the head of that marriage fellowship, it was, there's one of St. Francis and another one of another church. The person was emphasizing that there's a lot of trauma among married people, and it's affecting their marriages. But you could see the men are willing to ask questions, but they only ask when they feel safe.
Yes.
You understand? So the truth is the men also need that space which can be created for them where they can also meet and talk. For them, the way they do things will be a little different. For us, you know, women, I can drink my tea and talk with a friend. Now the guy probably will need some kind of activity accompanied with that talking. They are not going to just come and sit and talk. No. But the truth is, the men are now acknowledging that they need help. And the most critical issue here is when a man can no longer lead his family, that is a very dangerous place to be. Because if you cannot lead your family, where can you lead? And so it's very important. Of course, we don't have as many facilities which will specifically meet the need of the men. We still have the generalized services, but that is where the men are coming from. They are afraid, of course, to speak up, which is understandable, but at least they appreciate, because I have participated in some of these engagements, they actually appreciate when the space is created and they come and engage. Yeah.
Now, when you talk about mental illness, just to divert away from the words, many will ask and many think mental illness is when you no longer connect. You know, when you're undressing, you've gotten violent, your speech is not coordinated. Please take us through, because there could be someone watching and actually they need help. But maybe they think, I remember one time I told a friend you're in depression and he said, those are for the whites. How can an African say you're depressed? The word you're stressed, say an African, and moreover an African man, you say you're stressed and that is an issue. You say you need to visit a counselor or something like that, an African man? Were you brought up by, no, you people, you were held with the baby gloves when growing up. So let's look at these common forms of mental illness that must be attacked before they worsen.
Okay, now one of the ways also a man can know that things are going south, that he's not well, when he begins to isolate, you know, because all of us, the way God created us, we are social beings. We love to interact. But the moment he's isolating, the moment he's oversleeping, the moment he's also going away from his duties, you know, intentionally, by the way, there are those who, if you're going to eat today, he doesn't care. He will not even work. So there are some people, they are not even working. They've lost interest in what they used to do, and these are men. So this is a man communicating to you that he is tired. He's communicating to you that he's in crisis. He's telling you that I need help, but he doesn't know how to say it. He doesn't know how to verbalize it. So that is the reality when it comes to the men. And then, of course, like I already told you, some of them abuse substance. Yes, because they feel, I mean, this seems to be a safe place to be. And it gives them a false sense of security. Yeah, because it gives you a high. Then you sleep. But then you wake up and you still need to face your problems.
Then you start again.
Then you start again.
I'm stressed.
But the most important thing, even when he's doing all that, of course it will stress the marriage. Because some women are also saying, no, we are not going to be intimate when you're coming smelling like a brewery. We're not going to be intimate when you have had your round of women, you see? And then, of course, that also is tearing at him.
Also, stress drives them to to women.
Exactly. So also that will stress him even more. And actually, some women end up leaving. And when they leave, sadly, some men actually take their lives. So why are we here today is to say that it is now time to speak up about men's mental health. And we are not here to condemn the men. We are here to work it out together. Because mental health challenges, you don't do this in isolation. Because even the man, he has a mother. He has sisters. So we are all interconnected. I know the way we process things is different, but we are interconnected, and together, when we move, we can make a difference. Yeah.
I love the fact that together we can make a difference.
Yes.
When you look at some men who say, for me, let me go to the bar. He goes there tomorrow, evening classes become evening classes.
But he's going to kunywayo kabia, kawarajike.
These days we call them evening classes.
Oh, evening
where
class.
Issues of national importance are discussed. That is where you see someone who knows nothing about nothing.
But he's there, speaking.
Speaking. He knows nothing about nothing, but he's speaking.
Yeah.
Advising what should be done by government, what should be done by a football coach. So the evening lessons discussing issues of national importance.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day neglects what he should be doing. Now, what is your call for action?
Okay, as I share my call for action, let me first share that merchant code, right? The merchant code is 151959. That is Momo. I can repeat it again. 151959. Okay, so now our call to action. Our call to action, we want government to finance mental health more. Mental health more. We want, because already I was in a conference a month ago here in our Uganda, and one of our government officials mentioned that Uganda has over 60 psychiatrists, but only 27 are employed and are in the system. So we need more of the qualified people on ground. We want them employed so that, because the help is, the need is big. And then when it comes also to peer support, I have to talk about peer support because I've been trained as a peer support worker.
And what
peer
is that?
support, what it is a training you go through when you're somebody who has ever had a mental health challenge, and you are trained to counsel peers so that they are able to live healthy and also in a productive way. However, this is the kind of support which is given, and it is more affordable than psychiatric help. And it's more affordable in a sense that it will reduce admissions in hospital. There was a research actually done internationally, and also Butabika, because I've been involved also in Butabika. Butabika Hospital had a project, a 5-year project, just to test what peer support does. And it actually reduces admission from, inpatients. It reduces that admission, and also it is affordable. Because this is something that can be done at a fee, which is very minimal. And sometimes the way we are trained, because we do also peer groups, you can even do it at 0 shillings. So we need a lot, of course, I'm not saying don't pay the peer support workers, but we need that kind of funding. We want government to streamline peer support workers in the first line treatment or support for mental health patients, because it is good, it works. And for me, I speak from experience. I could actually listen more to a peer support counselor than a psychiatrist.
Oh.
Yeah, because I felt psychiatrists do not understand, especially if you're a psychiatrist who has never taken psychotic meds. You will not understand the stress. You will not understand some things. For you, you are trained to give me medicine. You do not understand the process of me taking that medicine and its effects on me. But this person who is talking to me, they bring a rich experience, and it works. You actually get better. So that is our call to action, but also we want the Mental Health Act 2019 to be operational in terms of being implemented. Yes, because we have the act, but it is yet to be implemented. And we need to have the mental health authority to be established here in Uganda for that act to be operational and implemented. Yes, so we need, that's a call to action, and I know it can only be done through government. I thank God I'm here on national TV.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you.
Pleasure.
That is Angela Nsimbi, who happens to be the mental health activist and team lead at Heart to Heart Chat mental health program. And of course, I'm sure there is so much that you have learned. It is a situation. It is okay. Seek treatment. It is okay. You've not committed any crime, and you will fully recover and continue with life. Just to remind you, the KETURAH Mental Health Awards will be running on the 10th of October at 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hotel Africana, and please register so that you're able to be part of this. Have the best of your day. Let's keep hope alive. See you tomorrow. God bless you.